Hello and welcome, this is Rooflemonger, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a breakdown of Sakura and Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Now, the folks at the Winter Stays On sessions over in the UK managed to get an early copy, and they did a bit of a playing around with Sakura. And if you're anything like me, you can't really wait around for Arcade Edition to come out, and you need to know as much as you can, as soon as you can, before the game's out, so that's what we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to let these matches play out, and when applicable, I'm going to splice in some footage about what I'm talking about, and just going to be talking about some of the basic stuff we learned. Now, first let's start talking about her normals. So, she does have a 3-frame move, that is her Crouching Light Punch, and from this Crouching Light Punch you actually can get a 3-hit hit confirm, not a 2-hit, a 3-hit hit confirm, which is Crouching Light Punch, Standing Light Punch, Standing Light Kick, and what would appear to be the medium punch version of Shoryuken. They did not go really in any real detail about her health values, but I'm assuming, and I could assume it wrongly, but I am assuming she's 950 health, 950 stun, because that seems to be what the archetype is. Now, she also has an overhead. It's basically her traditional overhead she's had since Alpha, and the range on this is absolutely absurd as far as overheads go in Street Fighter V. It's -7 on block, so most overheads are -6, so it's one more than most. But the range, I would say, is absurd, so you're going to be really abusing this one a lot. And a quick note here about the Standing Light Kick, as it does go into her Shoryuken. Since Light Kick has decent range for a Light Kick, it's actually a great buffer tool. Like, you can whiff a Stand Light Kick, buffer a Shoryuken in it, and if it hits, great, you get the Shoryuken, and if whiff, well then nothing comes out. And it seems to be potentially one of the more important tools for her. We're gonna have to play out with Sakura to see how it works, but it looks like a really strong tool. And speaking of strong tools, her Jumping Heavy Kick looks like it's going to be one of the better throw bait things. Like, normally you want to shimmy or something like that to try to bait throws. Neutral jumping is also an option when you have the opponent pressure, but a lot of times, they'll be able to recover and block beforehand. The Jumping Heavy Kick seems to hit quite low compared to most other heavy kicks, so you'll be able to really hit that throw bait earlier than most other characters go in a full combo. Two last notes about her normals. First off, her crush counters are the back Fierce Punch, which is a launching crush counter, and Standing Fierce Kick, which is a spin out crush counter so you can dash forward and combo afterwards. And the Standing Heavy Kick has fantastic range. I know common complaint over the years is Street Fighter V had stubby buttons. This is not a stubby button by any stretch, to be sure. And her Crouching Medium Kick, also good range, special cancelable, can special cancel into Hadouken. And while not at absolute max range, but at most ranges other than absolute max, it does combo directly into Hadouken without needing counter hit or anything crazy like that. Now, since we did mention the Hadouken, let's talk about her specials. So she has what she's always had as far as special goes, so the Fireball, Hurricane Kick, and Dragon Punch, everything's kind of the same-ish, but also, a little bit different. So first up, let's talk about the Fireball itself. So the Fireball in this game kind of works like Akuma's in this game, but like Oni or Dan something in the previous games, where it will not go full screen. Now, she can hold the Fireball, and if she holds the Fireball, it will go full screen and do 2 hits. And from these 2 hits, they will be juggle okay, so if you happen to be close enough, and you're not directly after you use the Fireball, and you have room to recover, you can actually get, say, like a HP Shoryuken or something afterwards as a follow-up. There's also an anti-air version, so kind of like Gouken in Street Fighter 4, and it's going to be a good tool. So the regular version, since it does, dissipate mid-screen, it's definitely more of a range poke. You're not going to win zoning wars with it. However, the 2-hit version can frustrate some people. I imagine it's going to have a lot of use in certain matchups, since with 2 hits, you can bully a lot of people around, and plus, it's the only way you're going to be able to have a full-screen Fireball. Now, for her Shoryuken, it is the same style. It's a rushing forward Shoryuken. There's no invincibility unless there's EX, unless you're in V-Trigger 2, but we'll talk about that in the V-Trigger section. It's pretty much what you would expect it to be. So the EX version does travel forward quite a bit, so you can actually kind of use it as a very reactive measure, walking forward and merely DPing anything you see in your way, because since it travels so far forward with that invincibility frames, you can kind of bully a bit, like say Laura trying to do thunderclaps in your face non-stop, for example. As for the hurricane kicks, they're kind of what you remember them being if you play Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter Alpha or whatever. So they're not particularly unsafe on block. I believe most of them are -2, so that's fine, and same deal with the EX. However, only the medium kick one is the one you're going to get combos off of, and you can get a combo from the medium kick version off crouching heavy punch. It'll be very reminiscent of our Street Fighter 4 combo chain. However, you're not going to be looping them forever. The combo is, as I understand it, crouch fierce punch, medium tatsu, crouching jab into a shoryuken. So no million hurricane loops. The heavy kick hurricane can go over fireballs if you space it correctly, although it's a bit rough. The EX hurricane kick knocks back quite far, and there's no combo potential afterwards unless you're in the corner, and from there you can get EX hurricane kick into EX shoryuken. On to her V skill and V triggers. So first up, the V skill is very reminiscent of Akuma's demon flip. So she'll jump forward in the air, and from there you'll have three options: a kick, a punch similar to her rising punches in Street Fighter 4 where you hit them once and they keep going up in the air, and a command grab. Now here's the deal. The kick, you can crouch block, so it's honestly not that scary. It's useful for combo fodder, which we'll talk about in V-Trigger 2, but it's easily the weakest of the three options. It has awful hurtbox from even what little I've seen. Very easy to stop it. Now, the punch is actually plus on block, unlike the kick. The kick's very negative. The only way to seem to even make it remotely safe is to hit the enemy around their knees or below. The punch is straight up positive on block if it gets hit. Or if it gets blocked, rather, sorry. Now, if it hits, you get the little 3-hit combo, that's fine. But if it's blocked, you're in their face, you're plus, and it's still your turn, so that's, decent. And now this is an actual overhead, unlike the kick. So you have to block it standing. Now, this is what adds any kind of validity to that command throw, because the command throw can be crouched, it can only hit standing foes. So the kick may be mostly useful for combos. We'll have to see how it plays out when she's actually released. But it's basically the threat of the punch to make them stand, and once they stand, you get the command grab. And once you establish command grab, they'll start crouching, and once you start crouching, the punch will start working again, and so on and so forth. As for the triggers, they basically come in two flavors. V-Trigger 1 buffs your fireballs and gives you a new move. V-Trigger 2 buffs your hurricane kick and your shoryuken. So in V-Trigger 1, there's no more such thing as an EX fireball. All fireballs are 2 hits. This is both the aerial and grounded versions, and you get combo potential from them. And you get a new move by hitting your trigger activation. It does not use up any bar in any way, shape, or form, so that's handy. And you can combo from it. It's basically a lunging forward palm with a bit of energy around her hands, and from that palm, you can get your combo. It also negates fireballs if it connects, so keep that in mind. But it seems, compared to V-Trigger 2, which is quite interesting, it seems a little lackluster. Now, V-Trigger 2, first off, it does let your normal non-EX shoryukens become full invincible. So you can use it like old school Season 1, you can invisible through stuff. Now the animation will change, it'll be somewhat similar to Ken's EX Fireball, where it'll do 2 reps. So the animation will be different so you can tell which is which, but it is invincible without the cost of a bar. And in this mode, also now your hurricane kicks are juggle okay, and you can cancel a hurricane kick into your V skill, at which point you can V skill, do the jumping kick, land, and then get your enhanced shoryuken for some pretty big damage. All in all, I gotta say, from what I have seen of Sakura, I gotta say I'm a big fan. Street Fighter Season 3, the arcade edition version of the game, it seems to slowly be returning to what I would personally deem proper Street Fighter. There used to be an argument about that 2 or 3 weeks ago, what real Street Fighter is, but definitely more of a neutral-based gameplay. That's the way I prefer to play. I'm not a big fan of rushdown characters or gimmicky kind of characters. I like straightforward reads, reactions, proper spacing, all that, and Sakura seems to be that kind of character, so that automatically makes me a fan. So overall, big fan. Once again, I can't really say much more than that, I guess. So that's everything for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video found you well. Go out and play some Street Fighter.